You're listening to English Academy, Platzi's English podcast. Learn about different topics as you improve your English listening skills. Join Platzi and have access to courses on product design, audiovisual production, data science, business, English, marketing, and more. Enjoy this week's episode.
Welcome to English in Action, a podcast by Platzi English Academy. I'm Gina Pedraza, content expert at Platzi, and I will be your host. Remember to go to platzi.com/workout and take this week's free class. Today, I have invited Y, and we'll be talking about the incredible ways in which exercise can impact our lives. Hey Y, how are you doing?
Hi G, I'm really good. I'm really happy to be here in this episode today, especially because it's a special episode.
It is indeed. Today we are recording with our wonderful English Academy community. Well, they're not here with us, but they are participating in a way. They will be present in this episode. How will they be interacting with us? Why?
Well, today we are recording this episode in our English Academy Live that we do every Tuesday, and we invited all our community to answer the questions and to ask questions about this topic. And we are going to be reading some of their comments. So it's not a conversation only between you and me, G, but it's you, me, and all the community that is with us today.
Our students participate and be part of what we make because in the end we do it for them, right? So it's great to know that they're present there with us one way or another. Now, I am sure that students are thinking, exercise, physical activity. What's going to be new about that, right? We already know that exercise is good for us. But the question here today is, okay, yes, exercise is good, but exactly how good? What are those amazing benefits of working out and doing exercise? That's what I want to discuss today. So I've brought some interesting facts, some research, so that we can talk about this topic. Why should we exercise regularly? Now, let me start by saying why that exercise, of course, can help you tone your body. It can help you lose weight if you think that you have gained some extra pounds. And during this Christmas season, it is possible that a lot of us will gain some extra pounds. But did you know that exercise can help improve not just your physical body, but also one of the most important organs in it, which is your brain? It's great for your brain health and your memory. Did you know this? Why?
Well, I had an idea, not about the memory. That one, to be honest, is new for me. I want to know more. I need to exercise more then to improve my memory. It's great.
Yes, you do. Well, cardiovascular exercise, right? That type of exercise that helps increase your heart rate, that you feel it kind of there bumping or pumping in your chest. That is great because it promotes the flow of blood and oxygen. That's why you get all red, right? Your cheeks start to blush because the blood is pumping, and that goes straight to your brain. That promotes the growth of brain cells. And not only that, but it can also help the hippocampus. That's right, I said hippocampus, not hippopotamus or anything like that. The hippocampus, why, is the part of the brain that aids in memory and learning. And when you exercise regularly, you help it grow. So if you want a healthy memory, a healthy brain, remember, get that blood pumping and get that heart rate up.
Well, that's amazing, G. Definitely, you are motivating me right now much more to exercise. I try, but I'm not constant. And G, as you were explaining, I love a couple comments that summarized what you just explained to us right now. We have a student, M. Tojita, who says, exercise makes you smart and makes you happy. Great summary, right?
There you go. I mean, if that's not enough motivation, then I don't know what is, but happy healthy, I mean, that's great. Two great reasons to exercise. I also want to mention, now that we're on the topic of our brains, that exercise has also been proven to help in the prevention of very serious mental health conditions like Alzheimer's disease and dementia. I hope that many of our students who are listening to us today want to reach as an old age, want to live many, many, many years. I know I do, but we all want to age gracefully and healthily. So if you want to be in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s, with a healthy brain, then start exercising now. And I want to ask students, also you, why, of course, what type of exercises or workout routines help you increase your heart rate? What are those specific workouts that you have noticed that keep your heart rate up?
The first one, G, that comes to my mind is running or jogging. I think that's the first one that I would dare to say most people think of when we think about cardio, right? That's what we usually call, oh, I'm going to do some cardio. So that would be running, jogging, maybe walking, but you would need to walk fast. I can,
Yes.
maybe if you walk slow, not as much. And I'm thinking in burpees, I think, the ones that you jump and clap your hands. I think those are burpees, right? Those are
They are
really good.
burpees. They're like a Chinese torture. I hate those.
You do.
Terrible.
I love
do.
them. I do love them. I get tired, but I enjoy them a lot. And look, we have Oscar Flores agrees with me, jogging. We have Leslie Saucedo says swimming. Definitely swimming.
yes,
It's a very
of
good
course.
exercise to increase your heart rate. And
Definitely.
if you don't like burpees, maybe you don't like this one, G, but I'm not sure. Garay says jump rope.
Oh, I do like jump rope. Yes, it's a great exercise, as well as jumping jacks. The ones where you have to kind of move your arms
Oh.
and legs. And yeah, I like those. Burpees is the one that I have personal issues with, or traumas. It's just so difficult because you have to go all the way down and come up. And when I come up, I feel like my head is spinning a little.
You know what? I was confusing burpees with jumping jacks. The ones I like are jumping jacks. I'm totally with you about burpees.
See, I told you. Yeah, they're traumatic.
A little bit. Amazing, G.
Well, why? Let's go from this traumatic topic of certain cardiovascular workouts or exercise routines into another equally important topic, which is sleep. Now, I don't know about you, why, but I know that sometimes I have trouble getting quality sleep, right? Because it's not just the amount of hours, let's say, that you get in one night, but also the quality of sleep that you get. And if you are like me and have some issues there, then exercise might be the perfect solution. So there's one study that was published in the Journal of Mental Health and Physical Activity, where 3,000 people participated. So that's a nice amount, right, of subjects for this study. And those who exercised at least 150 minutes a week, which is 2.5 hours if you were doing the math in your minds, they were 65% less likely to say that they felt sleepy during the day compared to those who exercised less. So when you work out more, you're more energized throughout the day. 65% more energized, right? Or less sleepy than people who don't work out. What do you think about that? Why? Have you ever thought of that connection? Exercising and sleep?
I agree. When I work out, I do feel I can sleep better, like I can organize my time. Not my time, but what you say, the quality of sleep is better. And some of our students also agree. We have Kronda said burpees are a good waking up tool. So, you can use your exercise next to your sleep to get active. And I love this comment from MTO Hita, she says, I got my master degree and passed horrible subjects because I was running 3 times per week. So exercise did help her there with her daily activity as well.
Oh, there you go. Speaking from personal experiences. I love that. Thanks for sharing that.
Yes, maybe, she felt more energetic during the day and didn't feel asleep during those exams. So I think it does make sense, yes. And when I work out in the morning, definitely I feel with more energy.
That's great. Now, since we mentioned sleep, I'd like to know how many hours of sleep do you normally get? Why?
It's a very good question. I would say around, average, I would say maybe 6 to 8 hours, depending on the day, but I would say 6 to 8 hours. What about you?
I'm right there with you. Yes, about that. I feel bad the days that I get closer to 6 hours of sleep. I wish it were always 8 or more. But like I mentioned, I have some trouble there with the sleep. So I need to get to the gym quickly to see if I can fix that, that sleeping schedule. But now that we have talked about the brain, the memory, we discussed sleep, one of our students did mention that exercise made her feel happy. And that is the next and the final concept or idea that I wanted to bring, the final benefit that I wanted to mention today. And that is that it is proven that exercise, in fact, can make you a happier person. It can reduce the feelings of anxiety, depression, and stress. And according to a study from the University of Vermont, just 20 minutes of exercise can boost your mood for 12 hours. So what you mentioned recently, why maybe you work out in the morning and the rest of the day you feel energetic but also happy. So 20 minutes gives you 12 hours of happiness. How does that sound?
That sounds great. I need to work out 30 minutes so I get a little over 12 hours of happiness. Does it work that way? So people who work out for an hour, they have 36 hours of happiness, or not really?
I'm not sure. I think we would need to ask the researchers, but at least we know that 20 might be that magic number there to help you boost your mood. And you know why it helps increase those maybe feelings or emotions of happiness? Do you know what exercise does to your brain and to your body? Why?
I might be completely wrong here, but I think it has to do with dopamine or one of these hormones, but I get confused constantly.
Very good. Well, that is actually one of the chemicals that exercise helps trigger, yes, in your brain. Dopamine, but also serotonin and endorphins. And if you have heard of endorphins before, you might have also heard them be called the happiness hormones. So, I mean, the name says it all, the happiness hormones. When you exercise, you help your body produce or release these happy chemicals in your brain, which not only help in the production of, let's say, positive feelings, but it has also been proven that hormones like endorphins help reduce the perception of pain. So when something hurts, I don't know, work out and have a good laugh and you'll probably feel better.
Well, gee, that's very interesting. And I think Sariru agrees with that because they're saying exercise helps you relax and forget your problems for a while. That was not the comment I was going to read right now. But you're saying it helps with...
But it works.
It does work. It does relate. But you say it helps with pain. And Jasmine says it works well even for a broken heart. Not only physical pain, but emotional pain. So I think that makes sense. And when you say it's related to happiness, we had also a little summary here of what we can call exercise. So Jasmine also says exercise is definitely the ultimate mood booster. What do you think about that? Would you agree?
A perfect way to conclude our episode. The perfect mood booster, the perfect sleep enhancer, let's say, the perfect brain improver, all the nice adjectives that we can think of, we can use for exercise. So the idea is for you to find, of course, the workout routine that best fits your needs. Make sure to include cardio because a lot of the information that we found on this topic connects to cardiovascular exercise. So get that heart rate up and, well, try to live a happy, healthy life. What do you think? How else could we end this podcast episode? Is there one final comment from our students that can really help us conclude today's conversation?
Well, I think we can go with that last comment of exercise is definitely the ultimate mood booster.
Perfect.
I think that's the one that summarizes because it relates to all the aspects that you mentioned. And after this, I think I'm going to go exercise a little bit to be happier and sleep better today.
I would like to, but I have class in a little bit, so but tomorrow, I promise. Inspired by all of our students and by all the information that I found on this topic, I'll work out tomorrow. Well, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of English in Action. Remember that next week we will have a brand new podcast episode. And for now, go to platzi.com/workout to watch a free class. Till next time.
Till next time.
This was English Academy, Platzi's English podcast. Thanks for listening. Share this podcast if you liked it and let us know which topics you would like for us to discuss in future episodes by going on Twitter and using the hashtag PlatziEnglish.